taking leave. Usually I can't leave permission. It's the Aquacostre, the Sada and Sayam, Aquacostra judge for the Omamaya Hokine. Now, just those interrogatories and then the request to admit facts. The actual electoral commission. That process is there filing the second respondent
electoral commission.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, meaning say whether to be fair for me to maybe say at this point say strategy we know because we are sure say we there I quite say upper cat be na enya dey aye hwe nim say bibi say ba be si motion for interrogatory see ni request to admit to facts see there I know I show just say when you piano wa no about be
when we say only old lawyer detectives do you only have to keep quiet and watch what you do.
I see. Okay. And Tiana, time ben a court no beko asetina no.
MVP Supreme Court started after 9. The plans of minors by 10 years and okay. 9 10 years. Na your papa no ma judge for no maba.
But me before I become so we hopeful says any mama you know more Shefi Supreme Court motion for interrogatory see and a request to admit to facts no ade amosa be kan ho
Bradley say anything na
okay well yan share better see be see say na ye giawa no pay na makoye ahoboa na mako me so say chebe san babiem nyamisha eduji nice day to you too. Eduji Tamaklo, a member of the NDC legal team, 2020 election petition. And pay. So Niama mi enu romsi omu here motion for interrogatories. No a day back hope omu here. Obuni be kase further and better particulars. So omu here na electoral commission for Eddie. Niama betimi amo mati election 2020 no. I see and I request to admit fact. They and there may be one the my electoral commission. Tomana, either so be jatum, and now need to, and now your tumano, as well jitum. Yes, no correct. And Tisania mammy and ne, Omoko court, or Mohese BBC. Sawe no dear, almost and fat a year or my penny, Nana Danko Kufado and Fano, where electoral commission for and no money enya and ne, and yet a bay jene.
Ghana Montie, Ghana Montie, Ghana Montie. Ghana Montie, all the Sampa Bo, Cassia Bo, Boaka Tamon Sa, Amaya Sa, Cassia Waye, Onye Yimu, no Cretrodo, Kamadine Kamadine Bo, Nita Muma Yentie, Cassia Waji 100.9, Cressy Bonque.
Yanko enemy anto aso anope na engine 70 bi de bon krata na mse ne eguso na metwa omano ekodi sankomo yanto aso de bon krata
na statesman de bon krata no eni odi otemofo panyini owura anini yebo amfonyini aba ena mo chese enade anyasam kitwa kra mahama eni Supreme Court mpenifo de kwa kwesi ani ni nyada ye court nsensem no a ene ye kwa kwotena ase ni ahya ase ni edi asem no edi asem ni yedi na ebisa se we na di kebeba TV ni so anase nyamaye eti wo ensensem ene ne statesman wate abanom na scholarship secretariat mpenifo achiremu ese wono obukon aso school mu awie ni etimu se wadi watwe nsɔhwe awie no be 55,000 ena sesi ayo mu interview na yabo mu scholarship a omo ekwa akosua de meche nwumasua mu si achi ba wadi police constable bi mfonyini aba na echese posi abanka bagu nenza wakwakobo krono sa fraud ibi awa maza gold hu sensem ye ena aba betwadwa na Dr. Bawomia ne koka Father Campbell hu emomu edi birthday we anniversary enomu edi ye Christ the King for na mudi o anniversary kama pa eni o hwe cake omutwa the cake no mo sheda ye yo se ye de eshadodo ati won sam eno de beto am no mampanya be de akire ka che Ghana fo se yenya ye ho ahwefo na yenya sempempi no ye didi tie enyonko no yenya ye ho ahwefo wei eye statesman
Abusiafo ya to aso the new crusading guy da obakrata no na ye de ato aso wonku dia na de ato aso ade amaye abusiafo ba bia wo bia ha so behwe ebi filie na ebi blidi na new crusading guy da obakrata no ani hanom no wose eye ya maame justice Sophia Kufu ode ayi wo da owura mu ntaka wose de na Supreme Court judge bi obeso obra be hwan no kokoto de ma hwan no ba be speaker hwan bra bonipa de din ja so de asam ne for nkofo no eno ye nsam da krata na anim hanom eno wase scholarship secretariat o ma hyase 55,000 free SHS graduate no wo mo ye o interview kan e be ya wo awutiri be ye na ne wunya atiri didi mu pe na wakwakopie mu osuapan hodo wo my Ghana mu eno so da krata ye anim hanom na owura Fortune Berima a wono ye executive director Emma BPPI eno ono so ekasa e wa hanom yi wo kire se ye nyina ye nkambom ne ye mmoa emfa chita panta Ghana mampani na adodan kwa kufu ado achi na eye na menwu etoso mienu yi wontimi emu na o my Ghana empuntu esam nso mfa ne ntuma pemfra yie asamanka se abakra chepani a wo honom eno ono so kasa wa hanom a wo kire se omanfo dodo no na eche sai ene wo ya hantan ene ono krampo no ne suni fa so bia wonya adwuma papa bia mfa mo asamanka se man no ene wo se sansensem no mkeka fa ne hu ni nyina eye wo wase kwa etan hunu kwa obi pese menkuminya bi nti ene wo ye ne sa no no de wogidi se o ye adwuma so pa ere aboa o my Ghana emam nsem so e wo ne mansinim ho no mo then you crusading guide anim ene no
na Chronicle Democrats ano eni wade lawyer Chatuchi Katamfo nyini aba eno odi lawyer akoto ampawfo nyina ba no se ne face to face ase ka bia ba mre bi atwam ene afie bia ti window no hwa face to face so ya no pa wo nim kwa de hwe yesi ene nya sanketo akọọtụ dem ebe sengege omumienu nyine kwa akohia no de abo ani eba emre mu asa dipa mienu omu ya kuniri pa omu nimra temra sinim sani esi kamera I put it to you I tell you my lord my honor na ebe ye dwuma se etienei ni nyada ye nana ene omanpein dada mahama omu election petition na se court onsensem a eda abato no so enonom na coronavirus no ye COVID-19 wasma ye kenya tiete se Ghana eya jinzamu yi ana wochem se lab fo mienu bi omo result om de ba ni nyina different ebo ebra enti ebisa se de yi na ye papa de yi na ye nyintum monka no kra nkire ye enipa nya bi enu do so monka se do so esu monka se sha ne mu ba bi ye ko na ma me hye beto di paso do Chronicle dia wode eba ye enonom wadi orura Haruna Idrisu fo nyini aba won na ye dom kuma ba no dani ana wochem se number se ye hia wo mrahye bedwam obi ye majority dom do munyanyaaye etumunkum anuntum ne ya sunko adidie coronavirus no meche ya de boa edisa ya de COVID-19 no eba no and suni ne ban no ne bobre no was sasasa no de apie Ghana ase no mo che se ye nhye da hu se ne sitie ne apie wu UK na ye hu ni suni ne ba ye hu na bose no ebi apie Ghana tie nya hwe pa wei eye Chronicle Democrat
na national enquiry Democrat no anim hanom ene wono so ekasa ede afa se Supreme Court eba be court na se ede afa election petition ani nyina no NDC amanyoko ndi aba bedan wo mo efa yisi mistakes awodo ye bra wo ba be ye announcement ne de afa se Ghana mampani wono ene edi nkuni wa abato ede ko hye so nim wo no ene wo kye so wo mo hye ase ane sa orofo so mbofo nso na atu bi di amane oru agabi o kire da akon wo se enya de asa ndi adu no ade sira ni se na me mekwa ko contest Ghana mampani da John Dramani Mahama I was flag bearership yi nim wo no me nkwaye sa ade no krada eno so eda ani hanom COVID-19 na Ghana mampani na adodan kwa kufu ado wo kire se ne top security capo ba ko na afi Ghana fo mabie nso anam so asabe o mati na no won se do ya the national enquiry da obokrata no emaye active
nti ofo sapo person o kire se Gabi Chantro
I was so Chantro ne contest bi ya o ma yanwene
yeto emre ne nkrabe ya na bechi
yo
ede ya 4 years beba
na me ko amanu se na me ko di san komo we na me sure say na wo twetwe motifo muti motse say ye di nkomo say Teachers and Educational Workers Union Chanitia eka your friend Tewu na wo mo se wo mate atua nationwide strike na say anope say Martin sema ya bosso no bia so wo mo se wo ma suspend enokre ana senate Ramak Denshra Crunchy General Secretary ma Tewu Right chair that's more kwa baba need FM so pay.
Yeah,
Empomwe. So no crasa ma suspend a strike no.
My main kind for and my yeah, cost and maybe yeah, here one year my the question. The phone is in a bit free and now treat between that and you need na it just your name and the phone all more by and upper and most past na Yamaye ba the board and the phone Accusations na experience for the strike no sensan kakra na hwɛ no alohoba akara no obedi so na yɛ no so wayɛ ma labor sisi mu mo people no na mo di nka mo ɛfa mo ahia di ma ɛnsɛ no of my first strike not about close out into the so and this when people after extra na check that by no I did that of publication na the first at Montana
Okay. And to me fan say ye ka say die nsɛm bi wɔ hɔ no mu a muhyia ban no ama mo bo ato mo yam kakra wɔ ho.
But I'm about my I will for my you did this and from two papa obi so and he say it on the I cannot na the you know for more say that boss of much no any of my boy no on petition
When inti we no the entire country and me bisa ne sai san say say nra me hu news back one no so di akoten online portals no about KNUST for tewu for say wo mo na say nsem ne bi wo mo a wo mo ebondwo so kra anti I say strike no de wo mo no mo gina mu ne yakeka ka ho e say nationwide mo nyina mo members ni na ate ase
you and yeah you can some in fact you share question that na campus say and answer commitment from government side here and the factory I can answer but yeah in of Bano they are commitment they are and after the time na the KNUST man no it has to you know na you confirm of agreement any for the run and your concept is to be no club no abo and the give say so I no fresh na acquisition binya ano ho be board said you take me be a photo for you be pass but you see you just no staff trying like the address the government is committed to abortion or say you hear there no just over two and na ma and I don't also hear the start to abortion
Okay. All right. You better see you better send you back. Nyamishamu. Bye. Mark Dentra Crunchy General Secretary Mateo mon franche me say ahoma na bia wontin komo yi papa na mu ye twitwitwitwi kakra minim se mo beche mo honom say na ato aso akoye ni ma no pay me ka say wo ye enkomo ni bia betimi aboa wadwen kire betimi dia fire WhatsApp line no 050 3721744 050 need 100.9 Ghana Montie adwumadi esu no aso ogoe wo tie nka fie ye pause in crying ye to aso de bankrata no komo no pia
Jo ye pia de na post Democrat ye ne ebrade wa register no kama pa. What dey ye Wisconsin you appoint for nyina ba no kire mu say. Embrace ye timi de ye adwuma ko editia coronavirus ye bi school check o mo de ye de o mo di dua. O ma fie o mani kura na ye tu egum fitu France. Eno obi akobo bi a che nose mask obi anya hwi social distancing enya adwuma. Ene ye tim sa ena ye bre ho ensem eno de aba no. Wo se national security boss wawu coronavirus akuno femfram moko nti ehun awre hosem ode abadu edwa na natifo kira banse aban kroato bia na wudua bu prepresa no akoti urwache no wati coronavirus nti wabie school hwe sesi a mekase nkudai na sesi akwakoti school na obetum ni de ye pesa wutumtum na yaso enkwa didi nti wonsam post ade aba
ye kwa ma no so akakodi nkomo se nra na ye nkoda no ehya ase ye bie school so ndi amomo kindergarten, nursery, lower primary, JHS, any one more SHS, Omina Co school na. Yanko a Ghana National Association of Teachers na. One president a Philippa Lassen. Yanene nin command pay and share. And ra saying that here one timidity krum. And kodai ko sukui omu hudian. Philippa da simu akwa baba ni TFM so no pay. Nyapo mu afisha panso. Enra enkoda yi school asi utimi ekwa pro kakra ehwe se ne nyama sitie
yo me nyama menfa kwini na mi ya wuti fo ni na ele da nyama ya dom so mi ti kom kakra se nyama kodo na uti kan ma ye hu de mo fadi pi woni mu aje o sa da be ye pusu ya ane so ko na wo because of the pandemic. PM with the wife on young for what is sleeping man in the system no na disappointment kakra no open. I will send on my pain and Cassim Cusidano. Or maybe now yet once today or my you know. I say and random okay the Piara answer no be finished you know. Or whether you have to be in a mark. Not that it is normal. Mask has become part of our dressing. Initially, and I don't go to the other fine. But once you step out of your house, now ended that disappointment in our big cut of the day. Ended that I'm more free, no, what the wish is. Now, what could school, now saying I'm here to me, Yamana, you later, and quack. Now ended that missing no at the report coming from a lot of the areas. Ya woku no amara mi no ya mo fa beye tu de wa boku mo wana ma nya na Quran ni na wa shamaka no te de mo fa ni wo fiero kono wa shamaka na wa te nam ko madama de wa ku no akwa ka yi ma ke de wanya ma e kono na oma but apart from that people know their women if you were fine it's so one can do more fun yami adomleta no biara if you nyamo what they are benzema more fun na yini na na akutu ku mu ho na ifran na mo kan do na mo fa do say after ya candidate nko tin na wo ku in on your form from quoting it is from KG to JHS3 for the basic now the dominant dog. I'm a new way to man of in United to man of dog. But then there's anything in Yamani to a one that is to a one and Yaman and Naman. I had ended down the Fabay 8 days. Minion credit this is the one Yama, Manana Kutu, my director of Pano Warfare. yɛtumi ho dɛ nyame adom de di biara na mmom adze ko na mɛsere dɛ sɛ mask no mu a mmɔfra no bɛyɛ bia wosia da mask no sɛ abaka yɛ dress ne ho ɔwofo biara nsa na woba bɛsi ɛpo yɛ akɔ baabiara a sukuu no ka ho no srɛ wɔahwɛ dɛ sɛ ɔhyɛ atare a na atare no mask so ka ho na ɔma atare no yɛ sɛnti na yɛn nyinaa yɛmmɔ yɛn ho ban srɛ ma ɔmampanyin pɛ dɛ yɛn nyinaa yɛtena asomdwe mu yɛyɛ nkwa na yɛtena no.
Okay.
Finally, I would want to say that
Mpacha am say oni na wo form kakra pagya no kakra ma me sro.
every Ghanaian is a stakeholder in education. Obiara ka ho because I'm a mofrana awofo akyerɛkyerɛfo aban obiara yɛn nyinaa yɛ stakeholders in education. Nti ma de sɛ de yɛn nyinaa yɛbobom na yɛahwɛ dɛ school na yɛkɔ no ɔbɛyɛ nkɔdo a yɛbɛtena in a very safe environment yɛbɛsua ade sɛ na mɔtebea yɛntumi ntena fie forever mɔtebea yɛbɛkɔ school yɛbɛkɔ adwuma.
Na about nenra wohu ye sɛ nkɔda no dodo na bia wohu so mu fifie ɔmo na kro mo kɔ school no ɔmo nhyɛ nose mask no could you also be say because bia wofo ni bi hwɛ so okay aban si ebema akadeɛ nose mask ni account ni odu school mu ebema ni bi yade a so bia no so ka ho
me nua te na ma me di kan no aban akada obama bi minjinzi da nhyehyɛeɛ a yɛde gu akwan mu a director general waka ho asɛm no nyinaa no ɛda bi wɔ hɔ a ɔka dɛ aban dze nyama no bɛkɔ efiefie akɔma mmɔfra no anaa de teacherfo bɛkɔ efiefie de nyama no akama mmɔfra no nti te dɛ ma America no dɛ ansa na nipa biara bɛkɔ yɛ efi ne fie akɔ abɔ ano no na ɔhyɛ atare nkoten dza na ɔwɔ dɛ face mask ka ho no abɔfra no rekɔ school mu ofifie rekɔ school mu hɔ dɛ ɔrekɔ akɛgye ne nyama no ɔwɔ dɛ abɔfra no ɔhyɛ mask osan abɔfra no hyɛ atare akwesi mpakyɛ ɔtɛm ase
meti wase pa
nti na mesrɛ dɛ awofo no ayɛ yɛ kura yɛn nyinaa sɛ yɛnyim covid mpo a yɛnyim dɛ yɛreba bi aba a ɔyɛ hu a school yɛ wɔbɔ ekura na ebinom wɔyɛ mu hyehyɛ wɔn dɛ wɔntumi ma wɔn mma nkɔ n'adze nti sɛ yɛntumi ma yɛn mma nkɔ n'esi nkwanhyɛ n'aba ma yɛagye atom dɛ yɛn mma no nkɔ na wɔnka gye wɔn nyɛma a efi ɔyɛ dɛn yɛ na abɔfra no opo yɛ abɔ ano a ɔnhyɛ mask and osan de wɔn ho wɔn ho akyɛre ne nti ɛndi dɛ beebi a mesesa ehwɛ nyi a mmɔfra no wɔdze nam wɔteta wɔn ho wɔdi nkɔmmɔ no a na obiara nhyɛ mask na ɔyɛ hu kakra ne sa so nti na mesrɛ dɛ awofo no binom a wɔntum wɔama mmɔfra no mask no sɛ dɛ wɔnyɛ wɔn mask wɔ school a ɛndɛ abɔfra no kɔ school a ɔwofo no ɔmmɔ mmɔden dɛ ɔde mask bɛma abɔfra no because menya ne nte dɛ school binom wɔ hɔ ɔmo nom a anhyɛ a sɛ mmɔfra no kɔ na wɔnhyɛ mask a asɛsɛfo no bɛka kyerɛ dɛ wɔnkɔ fie na wɔnka fa mask na wɔmbra sɛ yi nyinaa yɛ nyɛma nti na meka dɛ wɔde yɛn nyinaa yɛboa we are all stakeholders na yɛhwɛ dɛ Ghana bɛsi mpɔn akɔ no nyim
I think education so hu hia I be kwa man koda because anope ya your office enim ha si me see form na me gina onom say me hwe kakra na me hu say school koda bi be miensa wo hwe wo mpanyi bebi o madu no otumi so mo primary lower level na mema mienu na oba baako oba ne di echi na mema ne di enim na me busa say mo nose mask mema na em so mo ante oba ne penalty na oyiye no say nose mask ni nam say I didn't know nose mask no dey ahye we num so hye nti ohwa na mete say okache ni other ni nuan mo ni nam say papa na say yen share nose mask no. So I think some of them too may also have it, but the education and I say awareness okay ye nam ye ko school say hye no omo dey ahye omo ho honso
nti na me nua me ka dey ansa na abɔfra no bɛdu school no ofifie na ɔrekɔ nti ma ɔmampanyin aka dɛ obiara a wɔbɛhu no wɔ kurom a ɔnhyɛ nose mask no na ɔkyerɛ dɛ weebu mbra no do no ɔwɔ dɛ yɛ madam nsam no ɔkɔ yɛ mmɔfra no aso mu yie nim dɛ mmɔfra no bi yɛ asoɔden deda menhwɛ tv mmɔfra bi a wɔyɛ interview ho no ebinom na wɔsɛ wɔgye hyɛ wo kotokum obi ɔno ɔsɛ ɔhyɛ a ɔntumi gya ho papa nti na ɔntumi nhyɛ mpakyɛ wata ase nti ma yɛn ɛmi anaa adɛs yɛ generalize dɛ awofo no binom ama mmɔfra no mask no it should be a great concern to the parents. And then what be show woman no waka to understand what it the is see abuano no e mask no me could do school na mask ma was in crabby brama e bia macho so awofo no ye wejuma kese pa friend yareba ni me sort nyame yɛ yadom na yɛte asomdwe ma makyerɛkyerɛ yi bi ma abofra bi nkɔfa yare mbɛfie mbɛsan nipa pii
yɛn nyinaa ne akasa yɛabɔ ho de ro yɛasrɛ aban ɔmampanyin sɛ ɛyɛ nkɔdaa yi ɔmatena fie akyɛ na ɛha adwe nti yɛmmie skul yi no ɔmo nkɔ skul yɛbie skul nso ɔmo nkɔ skul a ɛne ɛtete nsɛm bi te sɛ wɔmo nhyɛ nose mask protocols yɛndi so ne adeade ebi sɛ because nkɔdaa yi omedi protocols yi ɛyɛ den enyo mu nyina no mutimi credit mpanifo kra yentimi nni so tisia covid-19 cases no so kwa na ɛkɔhwe Ghana anam sei ɛno nti no ɛbɛyɛ anka aban kra nsan to school no mu biom na saa sɛmi na baako di akotene wɔ yɛ online news portals yɛ hu not supports reclosure of schools no kura sɛ as mo so mo fo aso sɛ schools yɛbɛyɛ a yɛnsan tum
akwesi na ti yemfu adodam in the Damara Mini station because after that, na me who the master no Ghana way. And that is not what I said. To them, I became a teacher material. School in na way. Into the supply of the items, you know. It is dependent on where you are, your school is in the community, in the district. Say, Yamani Bodua only said in Yeshi. In a sample, look, school na kaja wanyamana, only ready. Ma abofrano and abofrano kwadamara. Into sending them a year winning, you know. So the man a year be winning there. They say, I buy you for Yamana Baya. In my first was in for now, one farm or mask and one shake. I will fully be so I went to Mamma one, but also a banana for Damara. No, the meaning be no you. And that's an American is asking.
Yeah.
Oh, you. So the important point over the you there, as parents, as stakeholders in education, everybody, yena yambua, na sempo abani yamani in school wa, in yamo what especially the nose mask. Because as for the soap, the washing of hand and all that, you know, schools, you know, also the candidate in boy school, my form 2 for no so queno. Anya ye kura school bia wo Veronica bucket to kura na de yin. Pressure no babado, but as for those things, able to me say. Anya ye kura school bia betuma to seminar but a moka crabako or that say the one more who wants some. No more mask canade. So to school wa or wufu biara. One body do better or the mama never. Na abofan so be you stay na washe. Sanya damasa in your the year no oh you.
Okay, all right. Philip Abeda said in Community and Yamisha day 2 and then so send your messy back home. Chase a bibia, ever sound baby, Yamisha.
Mr. Medassin, Yamisha.
Philip Alas, Senior President of Ghana National Association of Teachers, not teacher for Kubatai, Bako, and I in a din command of Penra. Yama Musu Muhu, Yomutisi Krum. Ye school and kodai wo be a school yi ni ohun yen ene edi hun komokakra sen na won so etima wa wuti anope betim de wadwenche de aba ohun sen en kodai no mu din hihye no so teacher for acheche for no sen na etie en kodai no mu ko school ba nra no how they feel ade o manage ye ana o mani anje na me hwe video ba ko em say di akotini social media na hwe atimi za akola ba ko em so mu ko ja no school mu na school wo hwe onko a teacher for Trino. Now, could I use you know I came losing so at Nefia, or at Nefia Babos may be do.
And I day I shall see na me sha ase wa ha no mo dia Professor Dan Obinfori eda ha no no president the Ma Conference of Independent Universities e wo o say private universities ankran krasu apon wodo e wo my Ghana mu o mo bina pa na wo mo bina bonie wo mo sisi ano ase eye adesuafo no mo nya bi kura mpo e wo mo sukuu mu ho no mu o na de enti o mo nya bi e wo mo sukuu mu ho no mo ne say abansu apon wodo e wo my Ghana ha no no de akwa ye ne say ase wo mo ebia sukuu no e wo be te say abeka ha no mu a wo mo ehwa ebia obi wo dwowulu baby o won wantimi mfa mmantie wo say ne sa de aye pe campus ni bi wo ho baby na so mabọ mo sese foforo nso e wo ho no no ma bie nko sa e ho no efa no wo betimi akọ wo no ti satellite campuses no enam so amachesa private universities no wo mo say students na emma ho no mo kra ni nyina ne sese sia no public universities no gia na eje de eto public universities na ni mu say wo mo sra mu ada sia wo mo so Samo ye satellite campuses ya wodo no saa no wanhwe ye bekwa kwawie na afa akwa ye bi design ya private university no ene yantum kura no wo mo so wo mo nko sukuu mu esan se ma bia satellite universities no se ne mekwa aba sukuu mum na ye se no na tumi aboa me aba sukuu nso no ene no ne boa no kura mpo san so e wo fom kakra enti wo mo dia de se de eto aban ne so wo mre mu pa ye mfa mo anya se be wie kire no wanhwe ye nya private universities bia e wo my Ghana mu wo mo se ade no makwa ye baatan mumu ene ye free de baaye private universities na efi public universities ni mu eti si ye amasan so ye mo de se de asa de mo sa de bi won chen sa no mo mwa ye enti embenifo mra mu no mma meka bi fa mo se ne ebe ye a ni nyina na ebetimi abasa bi a free SHS fo ekura mpo grad ebasa bi ebetimi ache wo mpo ne ade agu wo mo so se ye public o se ye private o na su apan wo do no obi ye nya kakra ticket o resi bia na bia ne nipa no wo benya no no watimi ede aboa no ono nso ni sukuu na timi agyan na so na koba ne se ebia mba ye satellite campuses dia entimi emwa nti wei eye ensema efi private universities ahodo ne nchen ekwo ede ama aban no na afen so public universities ahodo a wo mo ewo o my Ghana mu
na mefa guide democrat no ento asore ho sam na mede ye bani mu asam no wachese coronavirus aye covid-19 na yi ne tie no ni mpre no hwi de nani eden pa won pen ketenketi opa kese boda patar won atum so mu ye nimdifo akunu ni aninti ena sese de wo twe omo de konse nti se Ghana fo ye ahwe ye papa wo che ma no wo se opanyiri ba ko a eba bambon sensema wo OCPC ta aye National Security Coordinator Orua Joshua Chireme ena ewo Ga East Municipal Hospital no wo engran na we see unconfirmed na che say nipa no ka kire no no won sheda nya yisa na wo che say panyini no wonya how kakra coronavirus ne ho ye de ne kwoto ayaresabia bra ye hwe no na wantimi anso ma wahwe ne kwa yayayi Orua kire me ya meka na asam yi efie pimbienu ani dunsu 2017 na Ghana ma panyin na nadu dakwa kufuado ebo oni dinsa wamra emeye National Security Co emfa ema o my Ghana ne ho abakosam kakra ene se wokosuapo kwa menkuma suapo kese no wasanti mantemuo wabaye ebeye kwanchefo panyin adima Bureau of National Investigation ABNI echi asesa no de ebeye National Intelligence Bureau yi na obiya dwuma wono mo envijabe aduonu mienu 22 years na cheso ni made pa na ye wo ni concern ni ko matifi mantemu woto aso kosum ye watifi apoye eba asante bankra mantemu eno mampanyi frere se womra emeye adwuma ewo national security ni mu emfa emayen eno achi no ena Orua na nabanyin prat enso atonam ewo ensie do wono so kane no ye kwanchefo panyin managing director at the New Times Corporation ono so ahwe ne kwa covid-19 ye mu a woye nua panyin ade ema Kwasi Prat Junior a ono so ye semtweni eno anso no mu adana Fidelity adwumakuo no panyin pa wono ye head of corporate finance ade ema mo Orua Leonard Gigunu enso atonam ewo ense de covid-19 yai wasawura mu anoko Asasi University ehwo nso eye assistant director ade ema student life and engagement Mame Francis ewu akire matin ono so watam no ade ne kwa ya jese coronavirus ni de wo ruan kese mansasa nkrofo sa de ko etigana fo se etimi ahwe ya wade ho nsem aba ewo de delegate democrat no emu
na chese uni omo unless for no be credit nkomo echi one a doctor for am catch us yes we no be bia mpenifo ye ni mom ti omdi aba betodwa amanfo bebre nsu kura nsu wu ofie ye nim se bia okay covid-19 e kom coronavirus nti ade no de e kom amanfo nti yenya hweye e da se wo honom se ba yenko ahoma no so na yenko di nkomo Ora Peter nti executive director ma ye IFS na yenji kakra fi om honom yenhwe se enra nkoda ibi school yi say no mo so atie ma omo ade bia wo mo atimi studies kakra F5 kromu ehwe ye ko na ye ne no akodi nkomo kakra bi say da se mo akwa baba ni TFM so no pay
me jo so aja kwesi watch
afisha pa bibia boko de
afin committee nyame adom bibia boko patron answer
gusun kakra nkra ben den ye da se bi sa na enra mutimi ekwa pro kakra hwe ye se nya me sitie mutimi enya bia amanfo ma omo hwe e monitor nya mama mo
no kware your contact across all the districts nti enra senior humanity no ye mo edi omo ti amanu mu se omo ko hwe senior school bi no eko na ehu feedback na ama ya komanto ye ma ewiem ho na no ye de kata betu da ye ka se ebetimi anka yen suspending the reopening for some time
yen to school mu biom
ne ye kan say on say before school ni bebie no ye penifo de betu da say omo be supply schools with certain things bema omo be COVID protocols Mr. President Sunday yana president Sunday ebijina mu kacha yense ade no agents the police for crampo ebebemu ababa reinforce and also kacha students for say omo addicted to the COVID protocols na momo money any reason bema no exclusive schools no down because of that we were in our minds we were sure say at least government, the Ghana Education Service and the Ministry of Education have distributed the requisite PPEs as a schools. Send a president as some kind of fans to be me observing protocols, like a BBA course of fine. Then, most of the schools are visited, most of them, I say over 80% of them had none of the PPEs available in the schools. And you be no smarts about community behavior or a school or Yedema by be all crampona wonibi. Because in their minds, ye the name in Ababa school na better among saying no smarts near. Indeed, no, it means one, they are not going to be able to observe the protocol, send a president. Two, it could be an avenue for the spread of the virus. But if you put the lives of the teachers and that of the students into danger. And then three, DS disappointing because DS the kind I will be that when we be in June, July, some will be for final years, and we all saw the challenge that they had to go through because some of the schools it took them 3 to 4 weeks answer or full complement of the PPEs. So are we going to keep this case in the school for 2 to 3 or 4 weeks answer now? PPE is in no smart. So within that time, now what are we doing? We are just spreading the virus. If by chance, will be it is DSS suspending reopening, making sure say the PPEs have been distributed to the schools, na mufrana enya full set of the PPEs and answer no maybe school. I think that is the point I can to school no, we have been in support. Just that this time we feel said their planning didn't work. They didn't learn from the previous experiences that they had. And therefore their planning it's not working. And because of that, we are exposing the children and the teachers to danger. And in order not to do harm to them, suspending reopening for 1 week and making sure that all the schools have had the full complement of their PPEs, veronica buckets or more hand sanitizers, thermometer guns, or more what paper people say, be ready, no smart in our nothing mufrana school, send a be on beating me of the protocol, send a president and admonish
Meaning say coronavirus is shasi utio mampeni address up. Yeah, what tani yeah. Obeti se bibia o ye bia na mo bi o metu bia no is backed by maybe the science and data. Just say enim the four experts na tena se no ma ye hwehwe mu mehu niama and no no gina so no di tu anamon. And run and koda be a school. Is it not too early? Is it not early days yet to Bruni Beka? Say, yeah, yes, okay, you suspend it. Some of these challenges will be because they are bound to come, they are bound to happen. Idea be see, you be. Is it not too early?
Debbie, Kwesi. Early cry. In fact, Senka, me na me president, and I'll be very disappointed in the managers of our schools. Why? Because they have had two experiences. Last year, you won't be a school 2 times. First one was for the final years. Who challenges they went to. We did a research work on that. We saw said distribution of PPE is a delay. We told the ministry, we told Ghana Education Service that this is what has happened. You have delayed in supplying the PPEs because of that. And Mufrano why they found it difficult to comply with the protocols. So that is the first experience. They had another experience when they asked the second years to go to school, and also the same challenges it came up. Into when they were planning to reopen their disposal, they could easily note this. If we are not able to get these things to the schools on time, this is what is going to happen. What it even makes it more unfortunate is that they knew when school will reopen, and therefore what you would have done technically, they say schools, it could do district centers. So getting to the district center, no crampon, so longer, it take sometimes, and as getting vehicle to the district center to be able to get these things to your school, it take a lot of time. In order to prevent this particular challenge, especially to make students gather on various campuses, on some school compounds, without them adhering to the protocol, it means that we are just exposing them to the virus. Spreading.
So I mean, this question in another way, sir. Brian Amisha said, "Nami can be about so man penny said, and I'm be able to be honest, backed by maybe fine science and data and in your account. Yes, you say yes, suspending a schools no. One will just maybe fine. Imagine say be a niamu ye na mo kind when schools do do a be or Ghana. Ghana as we speak, MC 18,530 primary schools. Over junior high schools now about 8,850. Over senior high and almost about 900 near and in the account. So, in terms of the numbers here, be on the ground, say be omunya PPs. Even if you take just maybe the primary schools, I know you okay, yes, suspending.
More reporters said me more contact for all the districts in the country.
Mm-hmm.
Who are reporters more than me, and we are sure that reporters are core grounds and they have reported the same thing I'm saying to you. My contacts at the district indicates to me say over 90% of the schools have not received their PPE. And me not penny per president in interaction or another platform and she backed our claim, and she's even supporting us, saying it's a good call because almost check have reviewed that their teachers have not received the full complement of the PPE.
What's it not for back claim say?
Back claim say suspending the reopening till the time a PPE is be ready. Not schools in a pick your answer the BA school because Unknown Checks has also reviewed the same thing. Say, we have not received this PPEs and Penifuaka say, they are called various schools. And data, the fact on the ground supports what we are saying. The students have gathered, most of them are not in nose masks, they don't have buckets, water, there's nothing on the school compound. Most of them, 90% of our schools have not gotten their PPEs. And I have to also say this, that even yesterday our contact showed us in some of the echo. So you can imagine there's not been a complete plan to ensure that these things go to the schools and being the ideal thing to have happened. Now, yes, the way, then all that we are doing is that we are exposing the kids to danger, and that is what we don't want to happen. Because in person, be a school, no, abufra be between your contract here, you know, a son school is being, you know, abufra no AKWASI. It's a simple thing. Because you Ghana Education Service and Mission Education, you are not ready. Just suspend the reopening. Make sure you get the PPE, get his PPE, and then you ask the students to go so that we can all adhere to the protocols. I think it is something that you push it now or embarking on that. Ebe buana protesti and kwalano. Adibakonso I see when he say a text from the private schools indicated that most of them were adhering to the protocols. They had their vertical buckets, they have their nose masks, they have their thermometer guns and other things. And I ensure review at DB. You see, at first, Anka answer na baby school Monday, Anka there would be a PTA meeting probably on Friday and I say be a Saturday. Now, so they see an answer say, you raise the issue about PTA dues in Ghana Education Service Ministry, and suspending the activities of PTAs. The teachers have not been able to contact the parents. And first, and we have cut that particular link between the public school teacher and the public school students' parents, and that is why most of them Kwarano anka technically omufifi eba school anka at least nose mask back one and be no arsenal. Most of them went to the school without the nose mask. Again, there have been some communication in this country a try to eliminate the parents' role in the child's education. Said the BNE is free. Oh, Bible provides. If you speak to most of the parents, they are all attention. They say, oh, the government said they will provide the students with the nose mask, with hand sanitizers and other things. Into problem. Into never will bring contributed to some of these things I experience, and you think they're going forward. No, it is time some of this communication is being should be revised. Send a bayer. Kitty and parents in between are providing man on a game could do baby. I do CCA.
Not me person me no, but sasemi akai about Ghana National Association of Teachers not Pelepales Lassing or say enya no kre anopeya no anopeya minedi commander referred her to us. In fact, no akra no kobo so say on radio stations we din komo na eche no hu say Ghana web by publication be about Omo support to suspension and closure of schools no say enya no kre omo nka so omo fo so esade no nti
so I think I spoke before her and I listened to her. Well, a sister station at Dom FM. You can contact them.
Well, I mean, in fact, only a kasai and Chebia now also you know kasai, and she denied it categorically. Said on can be biasa.
Oh, okay. Ebia na ebia the way of communicating. None of an officer communicating. No problem. But I think I listened to yesterday on our Dome FM 5:30. Okay,
all right. Now before Bekono, Peter, Mami Musa about this issue. I'm saying right on so bad bonting. I don't know. Say be I first move follow this particular issue na matia. Say I will phone be kase teach you private schools and crank schools. No, school fees and say no mesi atu tumuno nya de ketwa. Emma bebre na soon. Kasafa ho say ano ehyedo. And then so far daily graphic crowd here. Private varsities face bleak future. Patronage of institutions declining. Yeah, almost one private universities almost. These issues meaning I first money teach you near the kind I will for the American ra. School fees ya to who.
Yeah, you need to that na private school no as a different kaka from our perspective. We think say demand and supply and if the demand is not there, you will not be able to supply. I think say fees, there are people who are happy with it and they are willing and able to pay. But I want to complain say fees in so. I say you cut your coat according to your material and as your size. Say, share fees and that's a wound to me. the other private schools are almost charging relatively low.
Mhm.
Nanka what they are bofrana and alcohol. So because it will be school not running, only cost our in care and all the costing in our bar ne charges. We parents now share now share car as a car school needs me. I think you are at liberty to move the child from that school to another school. I mean, yes, you said there's any law F40 will be as on keep your school or make one to mean to your face. And because of COVID, the challenges our own private schools for have gone through. I wouldn't want to put a lot of blame on them. I think that they are finding ways and means to be able to also be on their feet. We all know that once we reopen school, almost about 200 and over schools, private schools, have folded up. Almost MBA. It's a car, almost about teachers maybe lose some jobs. And we should think it through that particular line. Almost they have gone through series of challenges. This is the time they would want to make sure they stand on their feet, and that is why almost charging. What we can do is either subscribe or unsubscribe. It is a share na se ubotomu any fees na school no awbane kono ontimi with me actually school for floor and also with me school penifona kokasa na say if there will be a payment plan for you now my payment plan with me I think that is a way I putting much blame on the private school owners because they have also gone through a lot.
That's Peter Yamishana Pay. Peter Inti and in any Dean Common or Executive Director my Institute for Education Studies, that's IFES Eternity, and pay on issues of education. Humesia home and Sam so him saying rap and Koran Shasia or more eco school, kindergarten, nursery, primary, and one more Kahomina, Akoma Gumasisi on school. I don't know whether still no through maybe Abema Wakoda school and Ra Oma Koda school. Send it here and pay and Common Gusua Koso Agent 050372 17440. If I'm Christian, Jim Jimmy Chami and a pension. Ekiaji wakwadie na nama akuma befi womo kame ho womo kinkan de bon krata no
Frichi freche framre fete freche mu fentem frem e frechiri fredom say omantie amansentie kana muntie woni
na graphic infoni day ni mu dey. In fact I really love it and enkola ya na mi hu bibisi ana chese kama but ensusu na you look at their innocence. Senior we see boy senior back where say ocean your torso be 9 na boy you would jina honum say senior we see atwe ne kon to me say or say there no more ye me matey now should be so why chest out
and no dey say gu ne ho
yeah come my job mo shoes black shoes no mo white socks mo tintimi o nose mask. Nice boys and girls. I just say yes, Omoko school. Teacher ni cheche ni take temperature with the thermometer gun na just school bags. I no pay so many Saturday omedu school nyamen kan ho. Yankwe.
Yo, yeah, kwani atu aso dia and your daily graphic that wakrata no and I'm there to aso na suku yi hun sensem ya and I gaso ewo mu. Na ya daso omu dia na wo chese adisuafo ya sisi a wo mo ahyase a wo mo ekọ sukuu no aha na afa nsonso ato aso sukuu so be kire basic school na afa SHS fo no nso wo mo nyina sisi a yaka wo magum ya bi anwa na gum wo mo kọ no mkọ sua de na eno na Ghana mampani na adodan kwakufu aduba be gina simpia ni mu kwasi ada ya etwa mu na address ya efa COVID-19 ni wo de atoso aduonu mienu 22nd COVID-19 address to the nation no wo de atu dwa se was set one more modern, no more share, now COVID-19 protocols. I would one, one more share so one any sunino, one more share this so, one matter fiache ye papa, bear I will show me back do 10 months in ye, and no matter fee, maybe a sound quine, one more bread, one more air quadram, so cotton yama, one more mamma, some more quack, one cocoa didra, Nina, and as this year was a barrier, one more school, no more I won't go to addition some so. Now so COVID-19 no, a guswati at a so. Phase 2 no watch say ebia yiniti wo my Ghana hanu a wo mo nhada ehu na busuo saa enti wo bia ema bambon nsem ni monyire emfa ma ne papa ne e wo so hye face mask nhye face mask wa wo so tete wontem atete wontem wo se ya kire wo se membo emkọ enipadom bebre ya ne nyina no hwehwe na ye ne saa pepepe afei so wɔhoro nsa ɛwɔ so tena ase na fa sɛmina ka ho na fa wɔhoro nsa de twa no yopo a na wahwɛ no ayɛ no saa pɛpɛɛpɛ ɛne ne ɛkeka ho sanitizers ne nyina na ɛno ɛna daily graphic dɛ ɔbɔkrataa no wɔma na musifoɔ kyerɛ so wɔn bobɔ anan ɛde kɔkɔ pie mu ɛwɔ Ghana ntwea so ahodoɔ no dodoɔ no aso na JHS ahodoɔ mu ɛne ɛyɛ basic schools ahodoɔ mu SHS ahodoɔ mu wɔn ɛbɔ anan kɔkɔ pie mu ɛwɔ hɔ no ɛnrada no wɔn so wɔn hunu baabi sɛ baabi bia hɔ no wɔn kɔkɔduru a na kyerɛ sɛ ɛne ɛyɛ Veronica Bucket ebi si hɔ sɛmina no ɛnna ho yɛkɔhwɛ mu a nsuo ni wɔn twa aba ma aba de nsuo abɛgum afei nso sukuufoɔ no nso wɔn a yɛde wɔn awura mu no nso ɛwɔ so wɔn nso wɔn ba bɛhyɛ aseɛ na wɔn sua adeɛ no obi wɔ no obɛduru hɔ no face mask no wɔn hyɛ wɔsi ɛyɛ fɛ ne ɛbie school ɛna wɔn bi sɛ wɔn sɛ na COVID-19 foforɔ na ada ne nwa di saa no wɔn yɛ so wɔn nim sɛ na mi bie school first day ni ɛkyena de ebia no wɔn bɛhyɛ wɔsi daabi ne nyinaa wɔn ɛde wɔn ani kɔtwa wisi ehu bi paa baabi nso wɔn hunu sɛ ɛne ɛdodoɔ no aso abɔ mmɔden wɔn ahyehyɛ face mask wɔn a wɔso wɔn tete tu wɔn ntɛm wɔn atete tu wɔn ntɛm wɔn a wɔso wɔn kɔ classrooms wɔn kɔkɔ sua adeɛ wɔn tete a yɛtete tu wɔn ntɛm kama ɛne wɔn ɛhwɛ yɛ na kyɛ sɛ akɔyɛ anika so paa ne yɛde thermometer gun ɛɛkyɛke ne temperature ne nyinaa no wɔn ɛɛyɛ nkwadaa bi nso wɔn atena fie akyɛ fɛ yɛn ho sɛ akwadaa wɔ deɛ wɔn nyina sisi ɛwɔ se yɛ soso ɔde ne kɔ sukuu no wɔn nso yɛde ebi mo nso kɔkɔ pie mu wɔ sukuu mu wɔn a yɛ register wɔn abaatan ne bi bɛba hɔ nom abaatan ne kɔ no wɔn hyɛ face mask na ne ba ɔde ne ba bɛ register na atwerɛ ne din no wɔn hyɛ face mask daabi ne nyinaa no ɛna ɛyɛ daily graphic esi so dua sɛ asɛ deɛ Ghana man pɛni na ado dango ogufo ado ɛkan yɛ no ɛnhyɛ dansene nkɔfoɔ tiri mu saa eti sukuu so awodoɔ ne emu akyerɛkyerɛfoɔ no wɔn mu wɔn ani na hɔ na wɔn hwɛ sɛ bambɔ nsɛm no betumi akɔ soro ɛwɔ sukuu mu hɔ nom sɛnea ɛbɛyɛ nkwadaa no ebetumi abɔ wɔn ho ban a ɛno nso so ɛyɛ nsɛm bi a daily graphic dɛ ɔbɔ krataa no ɛkukyiri de agu ne krataa no krataa fɛ ɛtɔ so du mmiɛnsa wɔ nom a wɔbɔ dawuro ɛde akyerɛ Ghanafoɔ sɛ yɛn nyinaa yɛmmɔ yɛn ho ban ɛmfa ɛmfi COVID-19 no ho sɛnea ɛbɛyɛ a ebetumi aboa yɛn so na yɛn nyinaa yɛtumi ahwɛ yɛn ho so yie papaapa na metoa so di a na mede ɛyɛ daily statement dɛ ɔbɔ krataa no ɛna mede ɛtoa so daily statement dɛ ɔbɔ krataa no ɛyɛ kratafa ɛtɔ so mmiɛnsa wɔ nom ɛna mababa bɛgyina na mabɛgyina ha nom di a ɛne na wɔkyerɛ sɛ ɛyɛ local scholarship inter scholarship a ne nyinaa no yɛ scholarship secretary wɔn ɛbɔ ɔmɔden sɛ adesuafoɔ bi a wɔn nso sɛ ɛwɔ so wɔn hia mmoa na wɔn de pia wɔn kankan ɛwɔ wɔn adesua nsɛm nso no wɔn ɛboa wɔn so wɔn fa ase anaasɛ wɔn so wɔn asene wɔ baabi na wɔn nso epia wɔn eti kɔ na wɔn de kɔ sukuu no tumi de wie na wɔn bɛyɛ daakyenkyere mama pa ɛde epia wɔn Ghana nso ɛyɛ mpuntuo sɛm no so ɛde kɔ nkan na ɛno no wɔ se free SHS foɔ no ɛyɛ wɔn a wɔn awie yɛ n'ano ada yi wɔn so bɛyɛ sɛ 55,000 mpem aduonum num no ɛne aban no ankasa Ghana man panin na adogofo adoda ano no ɛba abɔntere ɛde ba bɛto scholarship secretariat no anim sɛ wɔn hwɛ na saa 55,000 free SHS graduate wei no wɔn bɔ mmɔden no wɔn scholarship no wɔn ntumi nkɔnkɔ pie mu wɔ suapɔn ahodoɔ a ɛno no ɛwɔ ɔman Ghana mu ɛne suapɔn bia na nipa ne bɛ so wɔkɔ bia no wɔn ɛmmɔ no so mmoa no na wɔn ntumi ɛma no ɛnkɔ wei no ɛyɛ nkwadaa a wɔn certificate no ɛde free ɛyɛ west no ɛnkyɛn ɛyɛ wasifoɔ no wɔn asɛm ɛna mekan ɛno ɛna wɔka na waha no mo sɛ sisi ano mprempren ya scholarship secretariat no wɔn ba bɛhyɛ aseɛ na wɔn ayɛ yɛ nkwadaa ne interview a ɛbi so wɔn nneɛma bi esusu so ɛwɔ sɛ yɛbisa wɔn de fa deɛ nti a wɔn nso so wɔn bɛ so wɔn bɔ ɛde wura ɛyɛ tertiary institutions ne mu nneɛma bi ɛwɔ sɛ yɛbisa wɔn ne yɛbisa wɔn de afa ho ɛne ɛsɛ wuti yɛ yie na sɛ wunyanya wuti didi mu deɛ na ɛne ɛkyɛ sɛ ɛdi ama wo wobɛtumi akɔ ɛyɛ tertiary institution a ɛno no wukuta scholarship a wobɛtumi de akɔ a ɛyɛ wɔn mmerɛ ho koraa eti wɔn ahyɛ aseɛ ne saa ne nyinaa no nso ɛyɛ nsɛm a ɛda daily statement dɛ wɔwɔ krataa no kratafa ɛtɔ so mmiɛnsa wobɛhwɛ anom no a registrar ɛde ma scholarship secretariat wɔda anim ha nom a wɔde nsɛm no ɛto dwa a yɛn nso yɛto bi ɛde ama ne Ghanafoɔ nso ama mo nso mate nea ɛrekɔ soɔ ɛwɔ Ghana man panin nsɛm a wɔka yɛ ɛde fa 55 yɛ free SHS graduate no ho wɔn tertiary institution betumi akɔ no kwa no anaasɛ wɔn benya scholarship de afa ho ne nyina no ɛnso ɛho ɛde akyerɛ mo na yɛbɔtwi akɔ pie mu ɛwɔ ɛyɛ yi osu na ɛwɔ no mo ɛna yɛbɛhu ɛyɛ Christ the King soup kitchen no Christ the King soup kitchen no na wɔkyɛ sɛ wei no ɛyɛ ɛyɛ yi biayɛ bi a ɛyɛ yɛankasa yɛ papa Reverend Father Andrew Campbell wɔbɔ mmɔden ɛte yɛ sɛdeɛ ɛbɛyɛ a nkwadaa ne oni biefoɔ mo ne na namba kyerɛ ba kyerɛ na nammɔntene so street children no wɔn bɛtumi anya baabi di ama wɔn na wɔn de wɔn nso etiri atoɔ ɛdan ne dan nyinaa ne wɔn bɛbɔ mmɔden na yɛ sɛ wɔn ama wɔn nnuane adi a wɔn ɛsom wɔn nye nnuane ni ɛnyɛ sɛ bi a wɔn nam kwan ho no ghanafoɔ ayi mu ayipamu daabi kakra ɔno nso bɛtumi ayɛ de aboa esan sɛ nyameso mpa ne sɛ wɔbi kɔ akɔhwɛ nyamka ɛne akunafoɔ eti kakra ɔmo nso bɛtumi ayɛ de aboa street children no ɛna afei nso ne di no nso ɛwɔ ɔman ghana mu anaasɛ vulnerablefoɔ no nso ɛwɔ ɔman ghana mu nso ɛno no na ɛno no wɔkyerɛ sɛ efiti sɛ ɛyɛ Christ the King soup kitchen no ɛyɛ yi ne tie di anaasɛ yɛdan na di ana yɛbi ano ɛwɔ ɔman ghana mu no ɛnyɛ mfinhyia num 5 years mia ɛbɔ ana kokopie mu wɔ hɔnom ɛne Reverend Father Andrew Campbell ɛna afɛ adwumayɛfoɔ ɔmo nso yɛ adwuma ɛwɔ Christ the King soup kitchen hɔnom wɔka bɔ mu ɛma ɔmo ɛhyɛ fa no kama na ɔmo hyɛ fa no ɛna Ghana man panyin abɛdi akyire Dr. Madu Baumia de ba bɛto wɔn anim sɛ ayɛ a yɛmmɔ mmɔden no wɔn mu wɔ Nyankopɔn ato wɔn nsɛm bie wɔ ɔman Ghana mu no ayɛ wɔn ma mmoa no nso ne biefoɔ so sɛnea ɛbɛyɛ a wɔn nso abrabɔ no bɛtumi apem akɔ nkan wɔsi sɛ woyɛ ne sa ebɛtumi aboa paa ma ne nya wo sɛ bi Nyankopɔn ato nsɛm nti no wontumi nya biribi amfa mmoa ebi mpo akakra na awowɔ no Nyankopɔn so ɛbɛfa so ahyira wo nti wei nyinaa no ɛyɛ nsɛm a wakukyiri ɛde egu daily statement dɛ ɔbɔ kratafa ɛtɔ so mmienu hɔnom.
Ora Roland Afelmoni ɛyɛ president ma Ghana Journalist Association Ghana ɛyɛ journalist for ye kubatan wɔn no ɛyɛ panyin ɔda no anɔpɛ yankɔ ɛni nkɔdi nkɔmɔ kakra Roland yɛ dase mu akɔ ababa ni TFM so anɔpɛ
Ayenia.
mpɔmɔ
Nyamra do ye hu ye poto won so won tene.
ɛyɛ pa afishia panso
O afin ko boss hen.
Right, so I'm saying 16 January 2019 there, and I'm saying Ghana Central Investigative Kukuno, meboa. So yes, you may be called so 16 January. Say the kind no. There you may be pa na course.
Prefer stakeholders in Gokwa. Eno ye juma Media Foundation for West Africa. Amnesty International. Na her partners to get me journalist focus International Federation of Journalists, International Committee to Protect Journalists, International Press Federation of African Journalists. Then copying now what kind of them to me that the kind hand ya I'm a swallow. And I think and breathing there a very security apparatus. Police for a ban of Pia, which why between go with them Monica on Saturday. Na young fellow, I'm a talent on a Pia young on Tia Beer. Which requirements that could have happened to anybody. Danny, one I said that he been moved for that side media also a discipline so called a we are not safe. If a single generation is not safe, in the Parapan and the police for PNI, there was more decentralized and another could share for them with the full Sapacahon. That was the down on November, or graphic 70th anniversary, no so super. The then go free in Sabacahon. The election, now brand new the Ghana Primatara is a dispensation of law, like Brano Yetuma. Let's embra Yetuma said Obitum Bra in such a wicked manner, or them brands of unity so easy.
And police for main fans said, you have to be the money almost one more with this Anyam Ransemi. Say yetimi edi omo fa ye mra kwan so
Exactly. Police for last year did the anniversary, first anniversary of Amesale a new Yayan. Police also by saying the wait there in terms of arresting the perpetrators. There also one investigation that said which papa but yeah and the yamon kai the women they have kind of pentama is or second spare for 10 feet, 4 feet, it's a 50 feet on call. Make them we are on my hand, if your hand is ramp to war, West Press Freedom Index. The share every year be a way on my if you have Ghana every year be a first to the first in Africa. Because of the main back the 23rd, the whole world, the 23rd, meeting America, UK, France, so many countries in terms of press freedom. But because of Swale, new we go them on county. From 23rd by 27th, last 23rd, 2018, 23rd, 27th, 2019, 2020, then when the message say being if you're a threat, I wasn't my journalist. I hope I share then when you won't be among there about the results when you're in old Tuka. That's only their crime. Now I'm out to the one tactic, no one tactic, one more threat. I mean, in your mama, by 80 more. Incorporate them like move there. International community monitor because if you work on a papa because apart from president, if you can be a member, that's what look at here. We are reference point. Certain measure and I'm up for the no to measure other countries. It can live if we didn't figure out. I'm up for sorry. No, but then I'm after baby. That was a general hope. One text messages, metros in the minimum. Nobody mind. It's in a hitch never call. It's what incorporate the mind. What's what target to know the right against it. It's there against journalists. Journalists, I'm not a journalist. What's a net the top of me now. What's a democracy and law. What's a because we are the sole conscious of this nation. Say, a Jawan Figo, the about we say, Nyaman Koye to expectation. More here, there be a petition, a petition in the Supreme Court fine. But there's that as a journalist, we need to write journalists or a business.
I mean, yeah, first anniversary police for by on the Kasa, on the update as to how far the investigation, echo. This year, me sure see NTV and Nuntina, same na, yeah, can be a Ghana police for. Obroni beka beyond yes, Kasaya de Bayakan say near Tiakoda. Third year will come the same. Fourth year, do action. If you do action, sir. Dear Bena, you bet me I say ya lecture, ya the acting. BBB I was to say here.
Into a support from International Federation of Journalists, umbrella board of journalists globally. Wata Haiti, Amnesty International, Wata Haiti, Committee to Protect Journalists, New York, Wata Haiti, International Federation. The pressure is building up, because the Muslim said the Muslim Canada, why is the access of media freedom, terms of democracy? The international community which is failing. Because other countries go for a month for Afghanistan or Mali doesn't go for a month on here as used to weather as Ghana because Ghana is so special and you're going to and them into my company why I'm more and young company. Nay, a man one for far with you. Na one say it's in Moma training because economic side it's a money there. December what about elections to Niger to that one. What they can bring my kind of have it. Until Mayor one young bomb papa they said the over the bumper said we are key. And then step Yemen for actually a band extra muffle why don't for I say if that's the ten and Yamima and we are the gatekeepers oversight is not tricky. But all other sectors, there be say Yamin Koye war presidency executive. General order judiciary, no boy parliament. Then the parliament a system of here the back in the all because the better Yamakuji. Journalism is the best profession in the world. It's the best profession on year on years of physics. If you do as of physics, the best profession in the world. It is the best profession in the world, or it's now. Naturally, it's and all other professions. It is Ghana. nti mesi di piom ye nya ye ko ne protest and so one support na say ya be nim papa Ghana pa central for the credit, the chunk of the credit to go to the media.
Okay. All right. Before Bekono, me from some way different issue from Akmeswali. I'm sure sir you're aware sir your cases of COVID-19 your cost road. Now same way I'm saying who story about quite now still about PPs my journalist in Kaka home. Me name the situation with it and for you any PPs you want to President.
In fact, one of friend coronavirus to share from hand. A ban the first group of ban here the media. No, you we were dead to arrest this situation. Na agent to the proposal. Or yes, workshop throughout the country. Na Ghana, the whole world, Ghana, the Chada, or your grant, want to go to the for which you home my paying to with International Federation of Journalists and a child. And his essence is child, they can have best about to walk ahead. About a year and one my PPE of 5,000 nose masks, a sanitizers, and a chairman of food. Na because this is about stimulus package journalists are said open because of coronavirus. Na a stimulus package also my other institutions in also on immune to umbra and on them one on bay. But in terms of workshops, count by workshop one man went so well. That's also PP Michel so sanitizers went so well. I feel so during the lockdown, so a bunny and one or my central place the ban. If for staff mobile about to Namisha for the second term, you have more action from the office and the presidency. So I am what of our about to craft a chief of staff and the presidency. So I am one some people about election will brand is the ban will brand in a at the rock the chair. Around this time, cabinet and other positions. Because if cases are rising cases of coronavirus, I said the other center for more what we are doing. Education with the rising cases, we are not out of the woods yet. We should intensify our efforts. When you and only say you be a politician or it's just a one or you and say a better man paying and my year or say I'm born no on year show you my more na let me about what is
Okay, all right, yeah, that's it, President Nyamisho Anope. And I feel MONTIE, President Magana Journalist Association Anope. Need 100.9 Ghana MONTIE so no go imagine chen be so e hanam say emfa bi mfentwem ne enko ne to aso emfa emma mo Ghana MONTIE e wo NEET FM so 100.9. Now Fight Akwaku Buachi says is very important, but we shouldn't play ostrich and deny the fact that we became lax and watched on while people attended political rallies without mask and social distancing. The fact, altogether with lax in enforcing the protocols during the Yuletide, has created the resultant spike in COVID-19 active cases. Fighter Kweku Buachi. Sile from Sunyani says, COVID-19 is real. We need to be vigilant and strictly adhere to the safety protocols. That's Sule, all the way from Sunyani. Now, Chrissy, who cares about Sam George and his family? He just need an attention after his because he's okay. All right. Could you do Paco, president of Concerned Picture on Facebook, Nodiano? Mukala Jonas, let's speak to Mahama. He's worrying the progress and peace of the same Ghana he governed. Before this needless petition, Mahama urged his supporters to flank the rank and file of this innocent nation in jubilation because they have won the 2020 elections. But the EC rightly declared Akufo-Addo as the president. That's Mukala Jonas Adiya. Mr. John Mahama, election is the best way to go, but it seems he and his party gurus don't have or don't know what they are doing. Their mistakes are becoming too much. That's Abele from Nungwa. Teacher Kujo from Tubodom Adantasi says, fellow Ghanaians, wake up again and let us all fight against COVID-19, please. 19. Okay. Do this one here that says, please, Ghanaians, let's look at the competent and extraordinary NPP government led by His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and our two humble servants to help Ghana fight the COVID-19. Erikus Fiapre Ahimfie Enimu Yo. These teachers should stop that the president has not even selected his ministers. Which teachers are you talking about there? Teacher Constitution from Yamwasi says, so who advised former President Mahama to go to court? In fact, the NDC does not have a vision at all. The same person who benefited from election 2012 petition is in court. In court has forgotten that Tuguba told Ghanaians that elections are won at the polling station. That is Teacher Constitution from Yamwase with that one. From Ablekuma Central says, yesterday, I took the trouble to go around some selected COVID-19 safety protocols, and it is very disturbing. You would see students frolicking without their face mask. Something urgently has to be done about it before it gets out of hands. That's Nanekiamu Abuati Ablekuma Central. Well, fellow Ghanaians, let's escape from COVID-19. Mensa from Pila 2. I know Nana Do will blame himself for the recent spread of COVID-19 because he, as a leader, reached the protocols first before others followed. Now, his political campaign is over, so he expects the citizens to follow the protocols again. God is watching. That is Meshach Asante from Abusokai. Mustafa from Lower Manyako. He says, greetings to John Mahama and the NDC fraternity. Let's focus on the cause and victory. Victory is assured. That's Mustafa from Lower Manyakrobo. Kwesi, I am still reminding you, as promised, to follow up on the non-payment of student loans and 300 payment. Baba from Tema. The last time I'm going to read this one, Baba. If you send again, I swear what lies, I've been kind you. My bread. Amisko Spelele from Kaswa says, everybody must be aware that COVID-19 is a deadly disease. The only way we can fight the virus is to wear our mask, sanitize our hands regularly, and practice social distancing. Let's all get involved to keep us safe, since the virus has no respect for mankind. Amisko Spelele from Kaswa. Neat FM soon was go 100.9. Ghana MONTIE Jumedie anopay ye jinsem ye diakotene ewo ye de bon krate no mu. Amanyo sem ho en come later on this morning some pain for better na ye discussion segment no so ye de abremo. Adwinche no bi e will be a betimi abo Jumedie na betimi de afa WhatsApp no so e was 0503721744 0503721744 ye kwerim na ya to asa ko ekua
Yo. Na guide double krata mbele to aso krata fe to so miensa. Mana Kingsford Babin na eka sei. Wadi atum rahwe dwabon nim se mu ama aban wo so. Na mo wepe dibre, mbepe ministerial appointment. Ye be frɛ wo kwakuata. Baba na ya frɛ akua manu. Bra be hwɛ enkoda yedi. Ni abema sa adwuma na so mbo a chen rahwe bedwa adwuma no ebe ha adwene pa. Esa se rahwe bedwa na adwuma ne ba ansa na wo soafo adwuma no aba. Enye metimi dase abra no mama kora so si ade ama mentie ne ye hwe mo be hye mra pese wonam Wagadugu wonam Togo wonam Benin wonam Burkina Faso na chese wo ma metena se nya adwuma fie adwuma na hia ne de o ma meye e ba sape na ma mra hye bedwa na adwuma no ato apia na se esu ana esikon eti asre me chiachira me hene asre Ghana amayefo enkankan ni mra hye bedwafo ne se mo hwe so mbe mra hye bedwa na adwuma ne kese ache eye ministerial appointment anasa aswafo adwuma no ena afa so dia to Ghana mampanyi na nadeda kwaku vado anim se wo frefren krofo mo mabeboa no a aya won hwe nchenchen won sunhwe mrahye bedwuma ya na de osno dodo ye fa oswafo firi mrahye bedwa ne asafna be di akire enti beto bre bi na ye pen krofo mama ye adwuma no omo mienu nyina tu kwan na che se eho no moda ho sa se sumache bedwa no emu akwa ye den won se da no e ba ye kenyinya me na fafia ka mu lusu ye enti obi am na nimre na oso epanyini di ne nsam no atodwa ama guide edibi aba no
Daily graphic da obokrata na chipe ho na mababa begina na Food and Drugs Authority na wom so de kokobon nsem ekodi ama Ghana fo wogusu a na oh my Ghana mantem mfiri mantemu ye Central Region honum na omabo ana kwa kopie mu na wom kra bata ewo no mo ene wofo be kwakodi aduane bi be yusu bi a wanhwe ye be kwa wi akire na dia how bi eba beja Ghana temamufo eso enu nti na ya anabra no no omutu anamo no mo ebo sa adwuma we de eboa ama amamuo panso etimi ekonkan so o my Ghana mu womo abomoden ama womo bobodi awurawura so to so ahoduo mu gas shops ahoduo mu ene mia ye bie darling boy ekwa aba na afi ya beto amo
Yeah, caught now your Nana B Eddie Nkomo, a member of the MPP's post Chesapeake form Kasama 2020 election petition. Na yankoi ne yanko has ne one more sign a court FM Sonopi.
Akwasi mi ju so akwasi ampa na ho ye.
Me ho ya pa fisher panso.
Oh, afi commercial akwasi. Na untia no do kwa do.
Amen. Now so dia no so sa pepe.
Hallelujah.
Ahode ne nkwan yesre. Ena yenim se ayi court yi musan court biom omampanyi dada John Mahama flag bearer for the NDC amanyoko na se wam de kodan Supreme Court presidential election instance we moko mjiem kakra ye na musan ko asetna na ni ayenya ne ntie ne se ena de ense the Supreme Court beto nyama bi omo electoral commission senate yes pepe
Kwasi medasi. Maybe can make chow be when I'm share company for no movie aduna. Sani o born so pana na na no ya wada. Ene da ni di kan cry kupi ewo Supreme Court. NDC presidential petition omo dia kwa koto Supreme Court. Na ene ma mienu machefo nti ene ma mienu e born so pana na no ya wada no court so na se adesede na se mremu ye be fani se motion na eda Supreme Court be ko so nyina na ye twani nyina na life with TV show no kwatem se ya ko du Supreme Court na se GTV football 100.9
FM. Hello.
Intina sa asem no ebium mremu no ye frani moot intina motion no already Supreme Court under TI 99 no the no one pay at the year any in ano akuho no buda the person you know so na ye ebium at the stradia na NBC for so adia kwakọ Supreme Court no sakata omode ebe dom Supreme Court yes na indium
Nana B. Okay. This is man Nana B jina ye na enkomo na ye di no yetimi atini ye. Esan se bebi ogina no ahoma no mu ye twitwiri ekosoro na aba form. Ai se ni ogina bebi a enframa bo na se ewurem na ekọ na aba ye hwese bi ansa betimi aka no biom na yetimi no edi eye enkomo ene court omo sign akwa asetna election petition 2020 and pay the chief for ammonia shas yentem ye sure say hu nkomo ayene a member of the NDC legal team edugita maclodin komo cheche mu niam mienu a omokọ akopre efie court no na yene a member of the NPP legal team no so omugina omampanyin kasama afọ no eba na yes ansem ya na bi ne ne di nkomo ho no ye twitwitwi na bi mba jote menka
akwati metem kana efa na medu ya na ahoma no ye batata
in fact say wo hwase akura wo kyirɛkyirɛ mu ya apɛ na ahoma no ɛyɛ twitwiri sa nti we de ni die mu a na wotimi ahyase yie na nsɛm no etiefo atinye
kwati mate ayi ne na meche mu ana sɛ na no ya wada ene da na di kan kɔ kopi e Supreme Court na ya kɔ na niam mienu tiu na ɔhwɛ ada da Supreme Court ni mi di kan na ye motion sɛ adesɛdeɛ a na da Supreme Court ni sɛ Rumadi ni nyina emra life e wo TV so. Na ekọ na aye Supreme Court ankasa nhyehyɛ yi mu no ene under aye CI 99 no. Na omo ade omo apɛ atrapa koma GB ego kasa se oma no betelikase dwumadi ne life dada nyame no mukwenye kudu ho wo hu se GTV OB van no that is there 9 SS dem ho ti na se asem ne de mremu no yebeka no se moot na se enya de ho hia bi se wo se omo de kotu Supreme Court anim no omo ya de sede aya na NDC for de kwa kotu Supreme Court anim se omo nsem a omo kuchigu krata so bebrewu nti mremu ye ka no amendment no omo sre na omo atimi akwakọ statremu na omo de aba to Supreme Court anim Supreme Court so prince so kase ampa nyina akwakọ yi ni pay die yefum mfum so wo nipa ho nti se mo mafum se mo de obi aba court na se mo si nipa na fum na mo so mafum bia mo nkọ na mo nkọ statremu na mo mfamra na se His Excellency the President omo so ya na se mama kumenu ene gina ho ma His Excellency the President say oyenso ye wo anu ye bia by Friday na say yenso ya file na court edition say ene den na yen sign here enti ye ko ene mehu se enu anwumre na emi se NDC for so asade bibi betu mremu ye fe no interlocutory na se no anya de den se oni obi edi asem awo court na opese enipa no admit enema bi oje enema bi tu okay and fato ho yedi kan we electoral commissioner who declare ban on the 9th of December and there be no adia to and the fresh ade no interlocutory and also ye who say NDC for afale no kwa me sha hwe mu kwa na mfom so a NDC for sere kwan kwa so mo kwa akọ katre mu no mo de aba na sa mfom so kro ye yo ma sa kwa akọ e de say esa wo sa interlocutory si mu enti eno a lawyer mpany for mu gina ho ma His Excellency the President ama maso ate se enu anwumre na ye nsa kan ye nti eno so be ye kan samo ene ebe wo court no ho na nke ne nka ye ni anansa niema na ye ni gina so ano akwakoye the case management level ana pokoso na ho no so no mrakasa but nche mu ne ye kakra bi a Supreme Court aya na ebebe anu ye ba bedi anasa court pa ye Supreme Court pa ano yo bibia ansa na case na nkasa no ye de be hyehyɛ so no ko be ko na court a kyerɛkyerɛ ekwan opeso of so ma case ni sikɔ na se kwa de yo bibia ka no witness statement ele be ya yema minti no obi odi adanse bia no also kuti won sem digu plata so na de akɔ court bit mi atrɛ witnesses ahen na ebia also bibia no efrɛ court nso bitimi akyerɛ sɛ legal agreement fa na ye fani ngu plata so ne mfa me it we no aye court directions akwa kuti court directives on how our person ma asem no ekɔ how our person ma asem no itimi eti na ekonka emo enti enne no saa nieme sɛ ye hwɛ sɛ bitimi asi awfo
okay all right
na kwasi ebiem nso na no na me sa tete nsɛm bia na free Dr. Bassett na masate bi nso asɛfri amaliba ho
ase panel na panel na
exactly kwasi no kwasɛm ne sɛ ya nhwɛ ya NDC for the ebema enema bi ani ya hwɛ sɛ ufi sɛ opani bi ete panel bi so ana judge bi edi wa asɛm bi ama na nema bi awunim nyina so bi awowo adanse die mapa bi awowo ntino saa judge ntimi ntra wa asɛm so na office bi a unya you know ekoko gina court so na no ya wada ne yakɔ ene na ye sabekɔ ofa nyina so bi ama ano panel no ebe unfair because this is very 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 bad and you see moment nyansusie bi sɛ NDC for almost prepared the minds of their supporters for an imminent defeat. And you know, any say omudi nkugu a ye ka se pan nyina so bi ama na no be kaya ta asemi wo fredame any chachitika for chachu asai raise the same issue etia a justice of the Supreme Court back say na adwin mu no amfa nyina so bi anhyɛ da ma na adwin mu no fi say saa judge ne tena so a
banana bi sanya ma say is it not normal enya dia it comes with a terrain
unse da bi How is it normal? So be able to be a cat one thing.
No, I'm saying, sir, raising ABA issues with judges.
Normal, it's a Udina swaba. Udia dance dieba. Say, oh, be a musa to me, say, no, Bentinia Mapa. And then you pay out also no more, same moon. It's ABA personal interest in tea. In fact, there have been cases.
Chachudia now can I be so kind or kind the reason why I will be officer papa no at Nasua and Amiba.
Because or can we hear another kaya justice to Kono to Quack and say, Penitatu, Yan India, yes, Penino, who took no about PPE. But with your phone in Mobusia for. Then you miss on your miss one. And yet, I want to know for air can because then I can Sadia and then can closely next together. Because you become no bush and even in Mobush and Ibo baby, or classmates need any of you baby. Don't forget to say judges for our motono. They were lawyers before they became judges. They were classmates. It will be classmates will be granted at the same one. It is all fine enough will be a my. Not a lawyer for a Mujama president. Now, what the trouble thing just like that. Just like that. We need to condemn this attitude.
I see. Na Mimusao, the sa near Nebekosuno. Is it part of the Anna when pre-hearing no Senate TSA near Mammy to say Simbisa interrogatories no pre-hearing and Senate?
What are my interlocutors different? I don't know what file a idea what should that into Muguka Tasso. Now what file now what they any power in the assembly saying or admit to certain facts. Case management or pre-trial level no Supreme Court in the assembly. The choir of a assembly a password on the cat and never be over a bit to me from about a dance of 4 cry be a bit to me a friend. A choir a person mad dance dino a bassenia benipana didina walk money a person no. Now since them be can and catch an image will be grandpa the friend or a year witness statement. There will be over the dance the aquano do kuchines and no bukatato. Purely the case management or the pre-trial level purely directives from the Supreme Court as to how on the former trial is.
Okay, all right. Yeah, has any about me? I shall say fear na koi. You betty. But before I become a mini, I crave few honum saying because me himself sounds a politician. I say me besides I say me be the support boy. I say politicians in more COVID-19 cases here caution. Quite fast so yeah election na rallies ye JBBA gumu nice amount for no smarty yan hwe no mu ni su protocols because ye to aba and yes here ma kwan ni no ye na adbem
osi meka say no cre your mass gathering ye niam ye no on say na on hye e wo honum say yan hwe bibia mu yi na abakso ye to on the 7th of December. No quite and it's a wood brad you will certificate to Japan. Nay, Brunya bring. Brunya bring him the new year. And who say, no, now I can say a quack or die of also. Now, a brand case is an airport formula. In fact, His Excellency the President, and the address back was your can say, like, I'm your question, I don't know airport for me. The people who is out of the father in the honor. It's with you. I have someone. The need okay send me idea no figure na the message na no yeah you know ID ni maybe for map na the man airport the best say you know I am for you the womb say man got the ni maybe yeah so okay campaign time no you try ni maybe boom na ni ya na big ya cafe but send na maybe can so okay ta be no pana but no for that is no for 7 December it is clear by come on here campaign time yeah that was that yeah you keep going na after you be mu no ni dia you show ha ya ko ha ya ba no no assistant time ya ko e kitania e say nya ya hwe ya wo fie ni crown so de ya ma sa ko school ya wo pass no ne ye nua no sa ko school nti ama ni na ni ya hwe ya ho fie nose mask ye kokoro ye star ye share ye hofi. His Excellency the President so the ato ye IGP so no. On na ye protocol no. Yin di so kenye. Yin na e bambo. Nipa ba ko mi no bi afiri mu na saying because of COVID na ebu oya yi. Message yin na ye hwe hofi kwesi.
Papa. Nana bi ni ene na di enkomo no wakasama election petition 2020 nana de danko ekufuado ni mpenifo no mpenifo no baako na no pe ni di nkomo no magyenche ni bi nso aba ma mefa kakra mfentwe mu hanam se ni mpianko enim now ablade from Efia Kuma Zongo Takrade says Supreme Court resumes hearing. We thank God, just waiting to see how Jean Mensah will prove that an error in maths. That's ablade with that one. Ghanaians should not forget that coronavirus is real and still living with us, so we should stay safe and comply with healthy precautions. That's Yao Osankide from Taifa. As our children are heading back to school, please educate our children on the safety consequences. Dr. Baba Zamo, Master Planner Jr. From Tema says the second wave of COVID-19 is more scary and deadly than the first one. All right, go to Tema. Abdul Basit Zongo Pania Kumase, grant you more wisdom to take to support and follow all the directives you've given on the COVID-19. And Kuma Foster Achim Ayrebi says some mentality of Ghanaians to fight this virus around this country is very, very sad. I will plead to all Ghanaians, let all continue to follow the protocol. MC Abrampa says, special revelation. I see schools as a result of the cry from all private schools owners. How can parents pay school fees at first and second week, then close schools again because of COVID-19? I swear this is going to be the biggest scam in the history of our education. And who says they're going to close schools? Has anybody said that in Pachobebre? Nana Ponsa Bediako says, no good time in investigating the claims of people being asked to pay $500. They should just call those making the allegations to provide the everything is registered now. Nana Ponsa Bediako and by now. Now Ghanaians should not are not taken immediately. There will be an unprecedented havoc in Ghana, like what is happening in America. NCCE should be resourceful enough and campaign to all Ghanaians in all corners of the country to stop the spread of the pandemic. That is one here from Teacher Akujo from Tepa Anyenesusu. Now, mistake from Insoma Dreji to adhere to COVID-19 protocols, but he failed to supply PPEs to our public schools. What happened to COVID-19 fund? Why parents cannot afford nose masks? Lord have mercy. Richfield, Achu, and Ugly from Medina UPS. Well, he's asking of the COVID-19 fund that we should take some of the money and buy nose masks for the kids, our children who are going to school. But I'm sure you know that they're still sending to receive them. Obosumfo from Finland says, "You see, it is clear that this time COVID-19 is not a normal. It's not a normal time, and I urge Ghanaians to adhere to the safety measures in helping to avoid the spread of the disease." All right, my entrance young queen in the engine 70 being soon feed the one crater anymore and pay. Yimpian queen make you call.
Jo me kwadia na me fa guide or your post ni ba otunum na ne manager Nana Sapon. Yi akonodi so sign esas no ye Kristo no na no ye Kristo ni paneso. Won hyeda anje asore mra ni nisa. Ana nyame nso ya na wo che nyame wade bi wo ne ho a eto me pa na abufu pa. Adenu so I saw itimi ye ne tano twentwa so bo ne nipa na sakara na akwa bibi ye ho no mo. To ndi opene passion pe kenkran. To ye no ade ne kwa akonodi so say one or two on Persisie, and no Pessagia versus nature, why ye no nothing ever say, and I one woman, and you produce upon a boy minnow, you not in the call a yaconodus aconodie. Woman in fun and sunshine crat as if you say me the penny paper, because she snap come with the aquanian cheer, John Paul trade about contract so. no one fan in such as say Mrs. Cindy Donald so me was Zimia de Mungu no e to ande de timu power la 10 on the quiet na what charge ya sa agia ma and what Fred James and say agia at that time do akwa national woman no say na aka say me yakora hu me muslimini and a minimum de Yankopon timi at that time me go kundesu me man machina and was ya me de makra medical wo kundesu dada medical ko mama ne a kire mo amo magia atum eti so wunnim na sisimi a ene obewu na san kundesu ne abusum so mu kwasinsasensen ya doso pa abrantie bi obonwum a ayi otehwiche mu onu san no ma akwa bi di kosua eni snap esan ye odidi sidi kantam enyi nanu ani nansa wase wapamu akwa no eti sadie na ekoso na nyanyankopon do timi ade nyina ye na agi atu Ghana for say so manager edu ko babia enya ye bold nyakokoduro te se ma me kunedu agima Rollins na ka kire ne se me nkonda na so wachina na wankasa de ho eti ono so eno no
Daily Graphic da obokrata na chi na mejina na mede esan atoaso ebiemu na me ka se eye Food and Drugs Authority wo mo efa wo no ewo mfimfini mantamu Central Region woman so eye enuro ene enku ene eniama ne nuane awodo akeka ka ho ka no ensem fata na te sops awodo ye ameka sade afa ho nyina ho na wo mo che se eniama no ne bo nyina no esom 214,000 Ghana cedis 214,000 Ghana cedis wo mo agige ne nyina wo mo ade akwa hwie ade agu eye nyamfoa landfill honomo landfill site honomo ene wo mo twaja ade atumu mo be hwe akira anomo a ehye wo mo ehye ne ama ne nyina wo mo sese sa ne ama no po mo wu a ebetimi aduru be 2.3 tons no 2.3 tons wo mo akwaje ade afri safo nyina ehwa a wo mo de kokobonsam akode ama Ghana fo nyina se wo kwasa wo kwadwom na akwakoto ade a pomoden na hwe se expiry date ye wo won no etesen edu enru ye yesu di a wo be den ni nyina wo kenkan a se wonnim akenkan a no abomode ama obi akan e de ama enya se okwa ya me tomrek ne ayi de ama ye de ma we no ane se okwa akwa no expiry date na wase no wonhwe wo soro no wonhwe mi tonku eno ane se watonku na de akwa si fie de srasa expiry date aka no wo de kan ho a na afi ma ho no eye basa hwane basa eniama bi wo ho no mu a wo se nuane bi wo ho no mu so a ene egugu container wodo mu wo be di bawie na akwa for ha de baba beja wo so enuro bi wo ho no ma bewura pharmaceutical shop wakwa koto expiry date aka no wonhwe no wanom odi agu ni padua mu na akwa for ha na de baba beja so ni nyina no wose ye nka mbɔ mu na yentimi emmo mu nso na wo my Ghana nso empuntu osem no ye mo mu ewo kwa ahonko so eme ye nya ni nyina mfa mbɔ mu so ye se ye gya ni nyina de bɔ mu so so mu kon mu bebu we ya Central Regional Director the Food and Drugs Authority ora John Odai and what the ensem we nyina no etu do so ye gya de bɔ mu so mu kon mu bebu eti ye nyina ye mwa na ye nso mu wo so wonso na yetimi ede eboa wo man pem man ede ko enkan enu nti enom de afotuo we nyina no ekọ ede ama man Ghana wo so mbekọ so a agba apro de afefa man Ghana mantem ahodo se na ebe ye ombehwe na ne omo a wo mo totontonton ama spy awuo ni date ya yede ma no se ebesa ni nyina no akwa awie ye no wo mbegye de afro mo nsem no mahwe na omo ayi ni nyina ede afri Ghana ye dwaman eso
na Ghanaian Times Democrat amede to so akrata fe to so edu ensia GPRTU eno ayo maimu ashenkafo nkamuko na Ghana fa na nyina omo ha se mpanifo ede mraba eye no say yo hyeso eye by force eye chinchire twan se wo ko akofa ka ede etukwan akoba bia ese drobani anase conductor anase trotro mate no etwe se wo de mra eye adwuma obehye nose mask na aboa ne ede akon atia coronavirus no wakire mu se wo no mujinchi wa hyew e wakasa hoduom afe na sika nwachi nyomba begie wono betu onro yes koko adro kaka adro ho anwopo asoma me se be ka kire mu se be so be se preach ni so yetwam e ma ne megina mu e metu adro me preach e metiti se bintasu ehun krofo so driver ni wuti sti achi anu obomodi ahye no Xmas na mate ni so wache bi mate for ma bo mo pe no Xmas omo so ne kasa pa omo ne kasa kese wonya hwe no opase kade no akọ tafa what think to show good to say oh tell me much to mutina ye enti coronavirus inti no na watch say yemfa emra no anya adwuma na national chairman ade ema GPRTU oru akwa mekuma na ne Ghanaian Times Democrat ani di nkomo e kire say ama panyin akufuado de mraba akyerɛ sɛ Ghana posifoɔ ɛhwɛ sɛ Ghana ni biada wo pia bontene ɛbɛhwɛ ahyɛ nose mask nti ɔmo nso kasa de akyerɛ Ghana foɔ sɛ ansa na wofiri ofie ba bɛfa trɔtrɔ anase taxi no hwɛ so ahyɛ nose mask driver ahyɛ bi mate ahyɛ bi na aboa me akɔ no pɛpɛɛpɛ na afei nso yɛ de mra no Ghana foɔ te sɛ sia no yadeɛ no baabi agyina no ɛyɛ 9,924 na kyɛ sɛ dɔɔso papapapa brɛ di kɔ lockdown kora sɛ ne news etie no ho asɛm na nei Ghanaian Times ɔde abɛto dwa no
Daily Graphic da obokrata na chiri pe ho no na mesan ejina na eye COVID-19 hu da urobɔ a any PPEs ahodo a manfo dodo no aso de bo agban no sɛ ne be ye de bɛbɔ ye ho ban no so a na kyɛ sɛ egusu a ɛne eye daily eye Japanese Enterprise Parental Company Limited for womo ene Japanese International Cooperation Agency Organization for International Cooperation so womo nyina aka omo ho abomu ene omo abɔ modern edi PPEs ahodo ede aba akwa che eye Menya Krobo municipality no lower Menya Krobo municipality no ewo epoye mantam eye Eastern region se atua COVID-19 hu nyina no entimi enkonkan we no de koye de kokoma health workers na ya pomodi adwuma yefo no a wo mo honom wose aban ne nko a entimi enye enti saban no eye BDPP sawodo no ememema ya sabia wodo no wo my Ghana mu a ewo so omo so tu anamo no omo so bo akwa ahronko so se na ebe ya bibi aso betimi akonkan yie ne de atu COVID-19 no apame no ahuro no akwa chichichi kura health workers no wo mo enye PPEs ahodo a no no esom enye emfa mbo wo mo ho ban no mo nhyehyɛ wo mo kokɔ hwehwɛ wo mo patient no a no ma hyɛ no mo de abɔ mo ho ban na afei nso overall yi bi wo mo enye ni nyinaa fa enkeka ka ho wo mo ese wo mo yɛ ne saa na ebetumi abo wo mo so na apomde adwumayefo no wo mo de abɔ mo ban esan sɛ wo so obi wo hɔ no mu a wo mo enni saa na so wo mo ekɔ ɛyɛ patient ne ho saa no a wa hwɛ obawie akyɛ nipa no oni bi obɛkɔ bawie nyinaa ne nti na wo mo etu saa anamɔ no na ebra country director the Japanese Enterprise Company Limited wakasa no na owura pa ne se COVID-19 yes that's anu ahyekura no Ghana ha no de ase yenti so dogo bi nu abe de ya adwea ne se yes ye face mask de to won tabon tete ne ntam ne yes ye fa nya ne fa mo ye ho ban horo so se me horo sanitize do se enko ni pe wo se meko ewo a ne wo mo ya na kyerɛ se wo se Ghana for yes aso bra kye no wo de ye afutu ekɔ wade niama no so emaye no ene Menya Krobo Municipal Director of Health Services owura besmasa akode wono so gye ye edase so omo etu anamode abo omo e wo saa kwan no eso
nti mo ye hwe ye nsem no se ne setie ne ekoso my Ghana mu na joy news for any format edi nkomo brof kasem na yentie nkomo no bi ne emra bedi nkomo ni nyina efa ye muntaka Mubarak chief whip my NDC amanyuko no ni nsem bi ode tu dua ba se Brana, wamoto about person mu yi Speaker of Parliament no. Supreme Court judge be free ya na say or person madam dear na bribe. Yentie so fire Akufo, former Chief Justice.
I think they must be very upset. If I was still there, I'd be upset. I'm not there anymore, but I'm still upset at the very thought that will be made. I don't like accusations like that. It's like throwing a bucket of dirty water at people and you were aiming at somebody, but you just threw it and it dirties up everybody. If it's true, be bold. If you're going to talk about it, if you're going to mention it, if you're going to bring it into the public domain, say everything that has to be said. You don't have to. I know of a Supreme Court that there are, how many of them now? Of them, there are 17 people you have defamed in that casual manner, but you're talking about only one person. So there are 16 people. I have confirmation that the Chief Justice is looking into it and has written to the parliamentarian to make himself available to produce the facts. Yes.
See, from the Chief Justice going forward into this wild allegation?
This can do beyond, well, he can write a complaint to the speaker but that will be, well, it depends on his methodology. After the inquiry, the judiciary wants, then he can, if it's found out that it was not true or the person never turned up or the person was not able to substantiate the accusation, then he will write to the speaker and demand and demand something to be some disciplinary action to be taken against that person. You don't. The Lord doesn't give you the platform to be heard for you to use in. So that's it. I don't think it's true. I choose to believe it's not true. What was he supposed to be bribing the lady with?
That's the bribe was to
But you see,
Michael Quinn.
the right thing, no. What is the valuable consideration he's giving? What? Money?
They were going to support the education of her kids going forward.
Parliamentarian is to be supported by a justice of the Supreme Court. Really? What money does the judiciary have? The whole thing is business, and I'll be very, very surprised if it's true. Yeah. Does it sound plausible to you? Really, really, objectively, does it sound plausible to you? It's.
Some are arguing that the judges also have private lives, so maybe in the private life of this particular judge, requesting for this.
But what has who individual justice of any court? What's it got to do? Maybe he's a personal friend, but whether he's a speaker or not, what difference does it make to the life of a Supreme Court judge?
Right. So, former Chief Justice Sophia Kufu, and I'll tell you what I'm saying. Joy news for no edin come do say. And near Boma Moy. Na sasemi ababeto joy. Imrenim ni Moses Wamweni. For human sexual rights and family values. And pay any in come on. Rough one when you're dancing more about NIT FM Sanopi.
Yeah, boy. Have you got a JT? Unipana, transgender, know what to say. I can say, Nanu bro.
In fact,
we are establishing a holistic sexual therapy system within the Ghana medical system.
Bravo.
Your doctor for a kunini, psychologist, psychiatrist, medical people. You're from endocrinologist.
Okay.
A lot of the LGBT issue, a hormonal problem. And you work on Namwa, which will bomb fire issue. And normally, you my friend, holistic sexual therapy. A doctor from head of psychology department. Or University of Ghana, Dr. Professor Safo Kaho. A doctor from Professor Hesse on any crew. Obako, a former director of Kolebu, or more medical schools. Yeah. And professors in Kwan, which me a bois, Ghana for your developers in Bible on a blue woman.
Yeah.
But the US almost how we able to.
Yeah.
What I said, Oba and Overbomb people last year passed through the system. Only say, we have a care system. We allocate you to a family group, Overbomb pie, and nobody in common, so that we don't lose you. The important thing is to now every time the total system the National Health Service, they are very excited about.
Me does and it for Abia and young commodity from but he's very passionate about homosexuality, Nisa, LGBT, who's and seminal senior by your meeting. I have you be 30 something years, so he's not really my fan. But only Christian Mampo in your interview be, and she asked Museveni one question on the homosexuals in here. Can answer the man. I don't know if you've watched that interview. He gave him a. Oh yeah, okay, can be chair. And I love the answer of the man, no. And he said these are deviant in society, and they see these people as very deviant. They are people, human beings. Answer the mind. Maybe you should look for it one of these days.
I will look for it, but one of the issues is and the way we handle this LGBT phenomenon, and Kamala Harris, the position on LGBT. In fact, Oman can plainly say they are going to use U.S. diplomacy, U.S. finance, and everything to push the LGBT agenda. African governments, including the Army president, young women has to be. In fact, that's one of the reasons why they struggle. You know, you can't know it. Last year, and then 2 years ago, when this comprehensive sexuality education problem is by, we will deal with it in our manifesto. You better kind of plainly say we don't ascribe to these things. I know what people for never so much. Manifesto never before. Already on board to me, Madam for manifesto. What was the response to the whole LGBT issue? Oh, there may be a shame. So both elites in this country will every America banning some kuto. Comprehensive sexuality no crime. There's going to be a lot of pressure. And our president, I love this president, he's a man who loves the Lord and he's very forceful on this issue. But some ministers no more trying to what do they believe in? And what's the consistent policy of the MPP party? There's a difference between the presidency, the NDC, and the presidential candidate, former President Mahama. What is that? They've been very clear, but in their manifestos, what are these other political parties thinking? What are their positions? Because for consistent policy to respond to these issues are your model bano. But the end of the by the original, it's a year one by year, and by one year, you see, I know. It's the Ochna, inaugurated by National Coalition for Proper Human Sexual. Now, how we can see in so but maybe I can tell there's so many things happen. Meaning we share you can say AIDS National AIDS Commissioner. Right now they have what they call Central BBB. This $230 million of it has been used to acquire your friends easy for encouraging men sleeping Ghana away. I mean the current chairman of AIDS Commission, yes, how to address some of these issues. And there are so many state institutions. President Akase, Ghana is not involved in it, but on the quiet, they're encouraging some of these things. Then say, current representative of the president, the Ministry of Youth, Media trusted the president will maintain him. This issue of the national youth policy, design this year is in the back no. But it was in their draft report.
I think 42 days or so of the ball ruling within 42 days. And certainly, in court cases, maybe one Makono Mudia Bonsi are referred to in the case of ABOAGYE and ruling based on this fact and this fact. Okay, Kambo Mane be see any okay, this is our ruling. So certainly, they will refer to 2013. No, just the two Ghana for United say election and won at the polling station, not at the Supreme Court. And we are all hoping for the best. I believe, sir. Sa process because those who want to learn will learn. Those who don't want to learn will insult. Now, master, minianum, me, pasi me kai, me amofa, kwa jo free years John. Ane Samia Ukumo Amanihunu Muhunu ye.
Now this.
Ewo, I'm a me this year. Ewo Supreme Court in 2013 na. Jiamitu of the minianum. Monya very careful. Now, what can answer we in Honsama? One go committee. You know, your lawyer penny. Akwa Supreme Court not in Segun Echidia. Wazina, me am a tongue.
I see. But that's it. Nana K and Washasi, my main call Anthony. So Namintieno. Supreme Court and setting Shasia right do Jitamaklo, a mayan Tiasia, Nema Mienu no Makwananka, Electoral Commission Mebusa, Bakoya motion for interrogatories. No just Electoral Commission on Federal Better Party. Mienu umber requested Nioma B for Electoral Commission to admit to Tony Nupenu. Rejatum. Yes, Anna there be. Anthony, Supreme Court, election petition.
Yo, madam, with you for.
Ejoso.
On social media. Supreme Court. Well, I said, Assembly.
Yeah.
Nyauntia see, Pacohona, almost soon I see almost 1 year starts with me. Mushroom with you to ask them. They almost there. The best station in the capital. Need say, I say, and then you can only better by sister your mood there. Then your MONTIE as your quote Bencroa Obediama. That is where we are. Whatever processes are cost to they are just at the fundamental stages. Until say on bed determine whatever petitioners, editor money respondents, responses on the bar, whatever declaration no. Ultimately, can't they are normal court proceedings. So for me, I don't know how far we can discuss whatever is going to happen this morning. Maybe Petra Mr. and Petro Boa for daily.
But you remember one microphone
daily life now. Supreme Court assembly me. I don't know how it's going to my family this morning.
Yeah, sure.
Because me bottom, if I did a budget for buying a fuel 100 cedis and pay, since the liters have gone up, the 200 me rounds and me and pay.
And you must have now the down Supreme Court here.
Me cast here because nyam kwako kan no eyemra and well say devote the time na can ho asema. With all due respect, how will it affect the bread and butter of a Ghanaian this morning?
I should say
the bread and butter issue say obi ya sorry no pay or call you full water trophy akoso. I get me Gary akoso. And now me share news back. Bimbila almost about benku 2 cedis and so on. That is the bread and butter issue that we should be talking about. Bowl of the AKWASI cedis. A bro butter cost 2.4. Inti banku for artist so. Inti this okoto banku 4 cedis. And no here microphone no power you.
Okay. And you yanko anymore because Supreme Court issues no more na mo the court but say yanko anymore ho dey
because
betimi.
The American say yaka ho asema enti enjema process no start. Na nyama efi mu ba no then we can be discussion.
Say who said here
fuel na akosoro.
Who said here this ade ani Anthony yanko
anymore.
Anthony,
me pese e ko ho no mu.
Yanko enim na
the topic in by because me ba no me tie fu amani. I was so interested in some of the submission he
when we get to other matters na mema kwan na wetimi akasa ho but yanhwe school reopen me gina also bi no ma sha se few so enra kindergarten for Sunday no man penini akasa so you be schools no kindergarten nursery basics for no primary GHS this is CCR there be a eco school so far and I did in communi be a BHS protocols no and said that and ye papa in terms of reopening say na hunu.
Well the gidi say your man ni enu anu matine fie for the past 8 to 9 months he pan say get conversant with the global trend of issues and knowledge. If you through any fee, but with the and also the usumbu. That's the order of the world. Inti say more akwenya in as much as COVID, even if cry free to buy answer na dia beka no. Omo cry omo mako school. But because omo do na technological countries, you know. Because equip themselves with the requisite educational status. Now, we carry less than 1,000 and I close schools. Then you say there is a new trend, with a new wave. We are having a lot of cases. Environment is safe. And now share US portals. Ghana is the 4th on safest country to visit. The you'll be very alarmed. Say, younger generations of that status echo back to the open environment, and you don't know what you are looking up to. But one thing I may say, the kind of system we run is not the same as the systems out there.
Yeah.
As I say, few schools, less than 10% of schools in Albania, some were so confined and closed environment in air conditions and other things. But schools do not here open gate and open environment schools. Until the weather na even say no di boy. Because near you can't survive in certain atmospheric pressure. Near ever boy in say, how do we make sure say Nyomo can say no any first aid? I ever boy say obi biara come in contact with the virus, as so use alcohol-based sanitizer and ode near butu enimni ehunianu here. We buy a school, you make sure say we're providing with some of these things. Now only nanya thank Akasachi say nyamidi ye for ABCD. Or Tia no car, he's safe to come back. Again, so no Abaya say why your provision for the schools say a church for one version Korano and in Korana Kasano Omomu ABCD. Enti the Sunday morning in Kosua, I believe say we can have a minimal infection rate. Almost some environments are so sophisticated. You say almost Mako school will be air conditions and almost making sure say near here. Then Korano ain't even by in contact with those things, Ever boy. But me, is he all said and done, and I am finding Kata Yenya winning, and you're here. And your first aid. The second level, where as you speak as a country, yet your main is a can say, a brofunum got in our lab, a creative virus, their essay we ask you. Almost a drove for my Yansaben away to. Sabi. Nyansa be pa the way to meditate. I say AKWASI say anka aban e de omunisi say yen come for Center for Plant Medicine. Ne fasi kan omo asi ne challenge omo say within 6 months omo Pedro Maya anka o jiri say anka yenye do okrom ha ye de be so yare yam. Because me gidi am kita no say ahabamba e atwabrofu ko create essay we ase. But essence say we still have some mindset say abrofun kwa na betimi atwaje enti. We are still waiting for the same man and his people, his team who are behind this whole thing before we can cure ourselves. There's some mindset look us Juma will continue to sit here and the virus will come at a fertile time, infect people, kill them, come. I still have a hope that I am urging the president to call the Traditional Medicine Council, the herbal medicine producers, Mampo Center for whatever, and give them a challenge. In no time, I believe so we can get vaccines and other medicines to suppress it. Money I do call face mask, sanitizer, and are we saying it is not eating into the Ghanaian economy? The leadership must sit up and think. Because as far as they have an agenda towards a certain race of people, it has a side effect on the people that they want to kill.
Okay, 1 minute more.
And for me, I don't see any hope coming from the West or whoever. I believe the hope is here. Meaning, say, people are ready to be able to come out with whatever medicines that can bring this virus down. But you see before, or because of what is it drew, and yeah, conspire with the West, eliminated that man. That is why people stand in the Ukraine. That's why I say you will be a friend with FDA or be back out with their. We have not approved. We have not sanctioned. They only sit there and talk English. They don't think. So people will be quiet because several people have been infected and they didn't plant applications and they are cured.
I think so you're being harsh on the FDA for
because that has been the attitude. They should think.
Anthony.
You see, ability to think is the problem. And when we say people think that we are being harsh.
Yeah.
If I will be harsh for people to think, I will be.
No, but harsh because they should
stop. You see, they should stop being quick to judge things when Nyaudi Bano.
So
invite AKWASI.
They now they don't have
the various public institutions. And now Obia Yedru, Tony Nipano, who say ABCD application now. Look at his facility. Look at the technology or use. I believe Nimdia Wonu, Fabuano, no fine enhance it. Don't shut it down. Our shutting down people, we are not getting
but you know, sir, there are laid down guidelines.
Laid down rules from where? From the West.
Whether it is from the West to as of mine, we need unim see here running Sishani Ghana
it is a copied law and a copied guideline. And now copy from the books.
FDA for to me, so
I won't take it from you because
no, you Anthony, no.
AKWASI,
yeah.
This attitude of you and I in this studio this morning is what is aiding the institution.
It is not this attitude of Menewo. But you see, no, Anthony, you see, when the artist studio questions. But you don't know. You know,
how far has that Emran
we passed public art laws, public health.
And that is when you are here like we are this.
We can't know him.
Laws are the
of course,
so I am saying, sir, Obi Atina said in India, like I say, oh, Yemran Pono, and I Yemran say. Now I know. Okay, Yankees say, how do we collaborate? We don't have collaborative efforts. We are only clamping down on businesses and knowledge. How do we grow a country in it? You know how they survive it? Because their government see wisdom in what they never be free in the ever. We can't continue like this. And me, I will not sit there and say, Emra. Until they continue dependent on the West and giving us toxic and poison.
Because MONTIE Nana Kezo.
Yeah. Now, before I remember the main subject, I'm saying, many and to look in on one breath, I think some in the yard journey. Say, Kobase, was he say, Ghana near ye drew. Nase, I believe, say, Nimdia Kwasi Unya or the Kika near my boom. The FDA in a befreno. No money not and I say, Yahoo se woo to an amuni, and I'm only a papa. Nimum ne quiny, sa quine way swa. I bet my yes, you quine won't mean ye jumano. Daffy, ye were doctors, ye were experts. Ye be person come be ba wadwuma na wo yenim no ma be boa wo watimi aye to perfection say ye ma ye respondetimi aye enuma bi say ya e be boa ama yetimi a resolve some of the issues. Like I said, COVID-19 eyi ni tifoforo. Honorable Trade Minister Alan Kojeche Martin gina mu say there be PPE is ni ade na ye import no obegina mu na ya ye bi okrom ha ene kwase to obedi adanse a ukoye hospitals dodo na your manufacturer. It's about leadership style. See a bedia to say, wait, this is how we want to handle it. I feel where the initial FDA, your resource to a point that they can go down. What's what they say? Bekwa kodru form say, Mikrom dia so, maybe I will be a honor man, Edumon your partner say, because mammy, I will be a no who are free moon and saying, they walk while I strota kana. Mammy, I didn't have my Ebet Titi Ayakwaleama and can be. So these people, you don't just need them in Accra. You go to them, you help them
but
to bring
you see,
out.
Anthony has not counsel in it. I mean, yes, but point now, make
clear.
Yeah.
So, Manusia
yeah.
See, the Americans say on that angle, no, I have addressed the issue, no. Emma, no, echo wayward, Kakra. That be bad.
But one hand, so free precope or pause here, Mojaba. And Anthony.
I believe, sir. As some now walk, no, but approaching in the wrong. Mr. Wadum, the best way to resolve it is say, if you put it in writing, what's your article, no? Once again, I'm not saying I get to move independent. But who say, Anthony, independent fight, and the issue so my more person, your person address, no. If you want my and say, it's a side your person corner. That is a man by lawless. No, by lawless. Everything